We are live with Lunch Break Live. Shelli, let's get cooking.
Awesome. Hello, everybody, and welcome to my kitchen. I'm going to be sharing with you today one of my favorite salad recipes. It's a kale salad, and often people want to know what is the secret to making veggies taste amazing. And I always say the secret is in the sauce. And so I'm going to share with you not only my favorite kale salad, but also my favorite dressing that I just don't get tired of, and it's delicious and a great way to get in foods that are nutritious, that taste good, that will love you back. And it's springtime, so what a better time is it to freshen up your food? So I'm gonna get started with a whole head of dino kale. And what I did was I just washed it, get it nice and washed, and then destemmed it. You can eat the stems if you want, but an easy way to destem the kale is to just kind of tear it and then run your finger down like this, and it comes off. And so I've done that with the whole head, and then rinsed it and I spun it in the salad spinner. That helps to get the excess water off of it. And this is a kale trick that I feel like I can't go without. I massage the kale. Now, when I tell people that I massage the kale, they kind of laugh because it sounds funny. You're gonna massage the kale. Get your hands in there and really work at it for like 3 minutes, I would say. And you'll notice how the kale becomes really tender and it's more palatable that way. I think you can see the difference between like a fresh kale leaf and a massaged kale is much more tender. And so this is super simple. The salad comes together really quickly. I'm going to add a few ingredients here that are going to make it more hearty, and that is fresh cucumber. And so I'm just going to run my peeler down to kind of make some stripes around this cucumber. The skin is really nutritious, so I leave some of it on. But you know, the great thing about salad is that you can tailor it to however you like it. So I'm just cutting up some strips here. I'm gonna make this cucumber into little chunks. Cucumber is such a fabulous fruit for hydration. This is wonderful for your skin. I'm gonna just sprinkle it on the salad like that. I've got about half a cucumber here, so I'm gonna add all of that half of cucumber. There we go. And also, I've got some radishes here. Now, what do I love about radishes? Radishes are the best hair and skin food. So this is beauty food right here, my friends. And I washed these prior, and I'm just going to make little slices into this radish, and then I'm going to dice it up here into little pieces that I can sprinkle on to the salad. Here we go. And again, you can put as much or as little as you like. I think the secret nutrient that helps your hair, skin, and nails in radishes is silicon. Correct me if I'm wrong.
And welcome to Lunch Break Live. We're coming to you live all the way from California, sunny, beautiful Northern and Southern California. And back to you, Shelli.
Awesome. I'm really looking forward to the summer, and we're in spring. And one thing that I love about in-season eating is that you can eat produce that is in season, and it's just flavorful and delicious. And kale's great to have year round, but the radishes really brings in that springtime theme. So I've got a base of massaged kale, cucumber, and diced radish. I'm going to add a few things to this salad, and here's where you can really vary it up. Of course, when you're eating, especially those healthier foods, you want to choose foods that you love, even though I say the secret is in the sauce. I'm gonna add a few things to just kind of spruce this up. And one is avocado, which I think no salad is complete without avocado. I probably eat a whole one a day. And I'm just gonna cut it in half and make some like crisscrosses in the avocado. You know that they're ripe when they're soft. You press on it, it has a little bit of give to it. And then the way I get it out is just scoop it out with a spoon, and it kind of comes out in chunks. This avocado is a little firmer than it needs to be, but that's okay. I'm gonna put a whole avocado in this salad. And avocados are a great beauty food because they've got those healthy fats that your body and hormones so need and love. All right. After the avocado, I'm gonna spruce this up with a little bit of red onion. And I've got about 1/4 of an onion here. And if you don't like onion, that's fine. You can leave it out. The great thing about food is that you can have fun in the kitchen, play around with your favorite ingredients, and leave out what you don't like. But I happen to like red onion. I think it gives it adds a nice savory flavor to it. And I'm just gonna sprinkle that on the top here. All these colors are so beautiful. The purple onion, the green kale, the red radish. Now to add in an extra flavor boost, I've got some Kalamata olives here. You can cut these up if you like. I'm feeling in the mood to chop them up today, so I'm just gonna do that. I'd say I've got probably like anywhere from 1/4 cup to 1/8 of a cup. I don't know about you, but I'm not super picky about measuring when I'm cooking in the kitchen. But some people really like to have those measurements. So I'm just gonna kind of give you guys a little bit of a measurement here. The kale, that's probably around 4, maybe 5 cups of kale. And kale is also a really intense beauty food. It's got protein in it. Kale is about 45% protein, believe it or not. It also has iron in it, which is really fabulous. Leafy greens are so good for us. So here we go. I've got olives on the top. And to add a little bit of sweetness to this salad, normally I would put currants in it or something like that. You could even add cranberries, but I'm gonna add dates today because that's what I found at the store. One of the things I love about this salad is that it combines so many different flavors together in one that your taste buds are kind of having a dance party when you're eating this. It's like, oh, sweet, oh, crunchy, oh, sour. You'll know where the sour is coming in just a little bit. So I'm just dicing up this date here. Dates are delicious, sweet, full of fiber. And the way I prepare the dates is just kind of make a little cut in them, and I take out the pit. Definitely don't want any surprise pits in your salad. And then I just make it into little strips and then cut sideways to dice the dates. So I'm gonna add about 3 dates here.
Now, one thing I want to tell you all about Shelli is that she is passionate for vegan living, animal rights, and environmentalism. She also believes that you can have your cake and eat it too, that food is meant to nourish your body and fulfill you as well as being enjoyed. She's a certified health coach and an author. I love the name of the sweet, is it The Sweet Life? That is so fun. Tell us how you came about that, and back to you.
Yes, I wrote a book called Beautiful Awakening, and I started a health coach practice after I became a certified health coach some years ago. It's something that I've always been passionate and interested in, and I've kind of gone through my own beautiful awakening of this whole experience of experiencing my own health transformation with the power of fresh foods, vegan foods. And I think that it's just such an important message to get out to the world, that people can heal with the power of foods, and we can practice compassion to animals. And this vegan lifestyle, which really does so much, not only for ourselves, for the animals, for the planet. I just think it's the wave of the future. So thank you for asking about that. And that's what Your Sweet Life is all about. It's helping people to transform their health, to experience more beauty, more love, compassion, all those things. So the last thing that I'm gonna put on my salad that is just, I love, I use these in my smoothies, I use them in my salads, these are hemp seeds, and you can just sprinkle that on there, kind of like a topping. Think of it as like taking the place of croutons. You can even put sunflower seeds or pumpkin seeds on this salad, but look at how hearty and delicious that looks. So, are you ready for the secret sauce now?
Yes.
This sauce goes good on everything. You can put this pretty much on anything, but it really makes my salads stand out. And if you want to add more to this, you could add quinoa to this, you could add sweet potatoes to this salad or chickpeas. I mean, there's just so many different ways to vary a spring salad like this. So I'm gonna start by juicing a lemon, and I've just got a lemon that I cut in half, and I'm gonna squeeze the juice out of it. That's gonna be that sour taste that is gonna combine really nicely with the sweet taste of the dates. It's also going to help to cut the green taste of the kale because, you know, plain kale is a very strong green flavor. And also, it kind of reduces that need for salt. And so I am going to add a little bit of salt in this, but if you're trying to watch your salt intake, lemon is a really great way to have that substitute for that salt flavor. So I've got the juice of 1 lemon here, and tahini is the base for this dressing. I got about 3 tablespoons here, and I'm going to add in the lemon juice to the tahini. And that also, tahini is high in iron and calcium, and it's a really healthy source of fats for our brain and our hormones and all those things. So that's the base of our dressing. I'm going to add a little bit of maple syrup to sweeten it up. You don't have to add it, but I think it adds a nice flavor. Also, sometimes I use coconut sugar just a little bit. We'll maybe put like a teaspoon or 2, depending on how sweet you like it. And just kind of mix it up.
And Shelli, we have a very quick question, which is the kale the laciniato? What is it? What kind of kale is it?
That's a fancy word. I've heard it referred to as dino kale. It's lacinato, I think is the way to say it, actually. And it is lacinato. Sometimes I use curly kale, but I find that the lacinato is very nice and becomes tender, and it's really just your preference. So this is going to make a lot of dressing. Might not use it all for this salad. It's kind of thick right now, so I'll probably add some water in there to thin it out. Now for the spices in this dressing, I'm going to put in some garlic. You can use fresh garlic if you like fresh raw garlic, which I do. I'm Italian, and what can I say? I just really love garlic. But I'm using granulated today, maybe about 1/8 of a teaspoon, and then some pink Himalayan sea salt to taste. This is where you can kind of use your own eyeballs to gauge how much you want to put in there. I've got some nutritional yeast, which for vegans, it's got B12 in it, and it adds sort of a cheesy flavor. I might put 1/2 of a teaspoon in here, which gives it a great flavor. You don't have to put all of these spices. One thing that I love to do that you can totally do is just stock up your spice rack with all of these, so you just have it on hand. You're just kind of grabbing and going as you are creating your dressing. And then I've got some paprika here. I'm gonna just sprinkle that in there. You can kind of see how much I'm using here. But I think it's really fun just to be creative in the kitchen and kind of mix and match and learn as you go as to what tastes good. And start with a little bit, and then you can add a little bit more. Remember, you can't always take out once you put in too much. And I have definitely put in too much of stuff before. So this is chili powder. Chili powder is such an amazing flavor. I use chili powder probably every day on my fruits and vegetables. This is cumin, which gives it kind of a southwest flavor with that chili comes out pretty slow. So, you know, if you want a measurement, I would say probably around 1/8 of a teaspoon of each of these. And then a bit of turmeric. Turmeric is such a lovely spice that is helpful to combat inflammation, and it gives a really nice yellow color. So I'm just gonna sprinkle that in. It kind of looks like I'm dusting the tahini there with that. So it's really thick. I'm gonna add some water to thin it out and just stir it, just a little bit of water, and it'll come together very nicely.
Love it. And you're going to find this recipe and thousands of others on unchainedtv.com. Be sure to download our free app. You can find thousands of cooking recipes and shows and music videos and documentaries and all kinds of great content free through the Unchained TV app. And you could also download it on your TVs as well. So fabulous, fabulous free content. Back to you.
Awesome. I'm really interested in the music videos. I just love music. So I'm adding water to thin this out, and this is actually making quite a bit of dressing. So the good news is that these dressings hold for at least a week in your fridge, and there's enough for 2, maybe even 3 salads. But you can see the consistency, really, it's rather thick. So this all depends on how you like it. If you like your dressing thin, if you like it thicker and you really want it to stick to those kale leaves, that's going to give that pop of flavor. So I think now I've got it to the consistency that I like. Got all the flavors in here, the chili and the cumin, got the garlic and the onion that are come together. Just makes a really great savory flavor. And so this is the consistency here. It's a little bit more dressing-like. And now it's time to dress the salad. This is the secret sauce. I was just talking to my cousin about this sauce over the weekend. So Lisa, this is for you. Now you know the recipe for the sauce. And just start by, well, I'd say start with like 1/4 of a cup on here and really get it on. The thing that I love about eating whole, fresh, plant-based foods is that this is guilt-free food. You don't have to count calories or fats or measure or weigh anything. I never do that, friends. And look at how this is coming together. I'm gonna get my tongs to toss it. I got these cute little tongs that were a gift from a friend, and I just think they're so cute with the lemons on it. Now I'm gonna toss this away. I totally will eat this entire salad for dinner, for example. I have done that before. Sometimes, you know, this is like 2 meals with the dinner, or even lunch if I'm eating during the day. Kind of just, you eat until you're full. That's the secret, right? And that's what's beautiful about fresh foods too, is that the fiber really fills you up. All right, and so now that was plenty of dressing, I think. This, I don't know if you guys can see, like,
Yes.
I call it, it's like parties, it's like a party in a bowl. There's so much going on there.
Gorgeous. And we have a question if you are a raw vegan.
Good question. So I consider myself a high raw vegan. I have been raw vegan on and off over the years, and more recently I was 100% raw for 2 years straight, which is an amazing experience. Now, from time to time, I do eat some cooked foods. I think that everybody has to decide what's appropriate for themselves, and the majority of my diet consists of raw foods, yes, and a lot of fruit.
Amazing. And I know you have a daughter and you also have a beautiful cat named Raina. And how is that for your daughter having this amazing vegan mom? Take it away.
You know, my daughter is learning so much from the example that I set from her. She definitely, she's 15 and she's growing up to make her own food choices. And I think that She is exposed to so much more than I ever was at a young age, and it's really going to help to impact the woman she grows up to be. So it's really fun when we go to the grocery store, and now I'm starting to see her look for, vegan options and gluten-free options. We have gluten intolerance that runs in our family, and so I just love being able to set that example for her.
Amazing. Well, let's have one more shot of that gorgeous salad. And we'd love to have you back. Everybody's inviting you back. And of course, we'd love to have Shelli back.
I'm going to taste this salad and just tell you what comes to mind, because I wish you were here to share it with me. All right, here we go. It's good. Definitely good. And like I said, you can have this for lunch, you can have it for dinner, you could even have it for breakfast. Who says you can't have kale for breakfast?
Exactly. Kale for breakfast. All right. One more look close up and we'll head out, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us here on Lunch